All right, everybody, playoff time, wild card weekend. I'm here to make my picks, so let's get into it. Let's do it. Okay, we got the Indianapolis Colts going to Houston to take on the Houston Texans in an AFC South matchup. Sean Watson and the crew trying to get this playoff win and move forward. I would love for the Texans to get the job done. You know, they got DeAndre Hopkins, but I am scared for the Texans. The Colts have been red hot fire, and Andrew Luck is the comeback play of the year. In fact, he's been so great that some people will say he's in the MVP conversation. This Colts team is dangerous. Nobody wants to face them. They are scared of this team. I've said it 1,000 times. With Andrew Luck, the difference between him being there or not, when he's not on the team for the Colts, they're the worst team in the league. When he's there, they are a playoff contender. They can get to an AFC Championship game, and they could possibly get to a Super Bowl and win. That's what this guy brings. That's how valuable he is. And man, he has shown it this season. Winning all these games, 10-6, getting the playoffs, despite the fact that nobody believed they would. They started off rough. I think they started off 1-5. They went from 1-5 to 10-6, winning 9 in their last 10 games. They are on fire. They are tough, and they beat this Texans team before. So if I'm the Texans, I'll be quite careful. You know, you're looking for Eric Ebron for the tight end for the Colts. Look at Andrew Luck to try and get people involved. It don't matter who he's got to throw the ball to. T.Y. Hilton, he's gonna be tough to guard. They're gonna have to worry about him offensively, defensively on the side for the Colts. They are tough. They've got guys on that defensive front that are willing to push and try to get to Deshaun Watson. The Texans offensive line has been their weakness, as Deshaun Watson's been sacked, I think, over 60 times. He's been the most sacked quarterback this season. It's crazy how many hits and sacks he's taken. That offensive line has not been great for them this season, and that defensive front for the Colts is lethal. That pass rush for the Colts is pretty good. They're going to be looking to get to Deshaun Watson, and he's going to have to scramble and make plays if they're going to have to stay alive. He's going to have to connect to his main guy, DeAndre Hopkins. DeAndre's going to have a huge game if they're going to be able to stop these guys. I'm going to pick the Colts in this one to go into Houston and take them down, just because that offensive line is going to be too much, and it's just going to be hard, and I don't like the fact that Deshaun Watson is going to have to be running around. Meanwhile, with Andrew Luck, he's been lethal, and I believe he's going to walk in there and beat this Texas team like he's already done this season. I got the Colts winning it 27-20. The Seahawks are traveling to Jerry's World to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Now, this is a tough one. I'm always a guy who believes that experience in the postseason will take you the distance. And if you look at the experience for both Dak Prescott and Russell Wilson, no matter what, you would want to take Russell Wilson. This is a Super Bowl champion. This is a guy who's been to back-to-back Super Bowls. He's had early success in his career. You look at Dak, he's had early regular season success, but not postseason success. I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at this matchup, and all of it's like, you want to pick the Seahawks because of that experience. But the only thing you can really pick the Seahawks for is because of their quarterback play. If the Seahawks are going to win this game, it's going to be because of Russell Wilson. I don't trust their defense as much as I trust Dallas. Their offense, I don't really trust it as much as I trust Dallas. Granted, I do love Doug Baldwin and Tyler Lockett, but in terms of like overall, it's really hard. You would want to pick the better coach, and you would want to pick the better quarterback, and the Seahawks have that. But I'm looking at the Dallas Cowboys. I'm looking how they've played this season at home. They have been spectacular at home. This is the same team that came at home against the Saints and limited them to 10 points. What made me want to pick the Seahawks so bad is just looking at the performance at home against the Chiefs and how they were able to handle business, how Russell Wilson was able to outplay Patrick Mahomes. But the problem is they're not at home, they're on the road. And when you're going to a place like Dallas, who this year has been spectacular and the offense has been revived under Amari Cooper, it's tough for me not to pick it. Like, Dak Prescott, when he has a passer rating over 100, is undefeated this season. And most of the time he's had that passing rating over 100, he's at home. This team has been great at home, and they have the home field advantage here. Ain't nobody going to Jerry World and being like, oh, the Seahawks fans are going to take up. No, that is Dallas Nation. Those Cowboy fans are ready. And with that, it's tough for me to pick this. But I'm looking at it, they've got the running game. Even though Seahawks have are the number one rushing team in the league, they've got Zeke over there. I'm looking at Amari Cooper. I'm looking at that vicious Cowboys defense with Landon Vash over there. I'm looking at that defense. with Leighton. I can't even. Leighton Vander Esch. Why was I messing that up? Leighton Vander Esch. Yes, with him back there, they are a tough defense. I just can't get out of my mind what I saw that defense do against the Saints. And I don't know if they can do that against the Seahawks, but it's gonna be tough. I can't believe I'm saying this, but all of this is saying that you have to pick the Cowboys. If the Seahawks are going to win, it's going to be strictly because of Russell Wilson. But you feel that the Cowboys, Dak doesn't have to do much to win that game. It feels like that. And when you have that situation and knowing that this team's been great at home during this season, you gotta go with the Cowboys. Granted, I would not be surprised if Russell Wilson manages to beat this team. In fact, it would be pretty amusing to see the Cowboys lose that way. I wouldn't be surprised. In fact, I'm kind of hoping for it. Wink, wink. Russell Wilson, get the job done. Wink, wink. But, yeah, I'm going to pick the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are going to get this done. Cowboys are going to be able to handle it. Defense is going to make some crucial stops, and Dak Prescott's going to have to do just enough. Hand the ball off, run the ball with Ezekiel Elliott. Try and get Amari Cooper some early touches and get him going in the game. If he can go off in this game, they've got a great shot to win. I'm taking the Cowboys. You guys already know I'm picking. I'm taking the Ravens, obviously. I mean, well, it's more than simple as that. You know, I just believe what the Ravens are doing at home. You're going to face off against the same team. This is the second time you're going to face off with them in 3 weeks. It's not going to be easy, but this is a team you've beaten before. You're going to have to change up your strategy on offense and allow more passing because now they know what you're going to be doing on the run game, and they're going to be much more committed to try and stop the run. Granted, it doesn't mean they're going to be able to completely stop it, but they will be able to limit it. They were able to do that late in the second half, and they're going to be looking to do that early on and force Lamar Jackson to throw the ball down the field. I believe Lamar Jackson will be able to do just enough in the passing game. He'll be able to open up run lanes and take off for a couple nice runs. He's going to get Gus Edwards into it. Kenneth Dix is going to get some nice holes there. Offensive line's been playing great under Lamar Jackson. And I do believe they're going to be able to get just enough points on offense. They're going to start off fast. They're going to actually get 7, and they're going to get the receivers involved a lot more. I believe Lamar is looking to get the receivers involved in this playoff game, and I think he's going to be able to. I could see easily that John Brown could possibly get a touchdown, possibly either Willie Snead or Michael Crabtree can get a touchdown. I see something like that. I see them getting Mark Andrews in it. I'm seeing this offense being able to generate points, and I'm seeing our defense doing exactly what they did to the Chargers last time and limiting Phillip Rivers and forcing him to make mistakes and putting the pressure on him, even though they should know they need to run the ball with Gordon. You've got to run the ball to not put that pressure on Phillip Rivers. But I do believe this defense is going to force Phillip Rivers into having to pass the ball down the field, and he's going to make mistakes and take advantage of it. If they can do that, I believe they're going to win this game. I got them winning, I think 20, yeah, I think I said 24-20 in my Ravens Chargers prediction. I'm putting it here. Ravens going to win this wild card game at home 24-20. And last but not least, you've got the Eagles traveling to Soldier Field to take on the Chicago Bears. This Bears defense is lethal, and they are tough. Mitchell Trubisky on offense doesn't have to do much, and you know they can always run the ball. How it's not that much they've got to do on offense, but that defense gives them the opportunity to just do just enough they need to do on offense to get it done. However, you're gonna have a very hot team in the Eagles coming in under Nick Foles, who's been, my God, he has been big time. I don't know why, but when Nick Foles plays as his quarterback, this team just rallies around it. We know Carson Wentz is the better quarterback, but Nick Foles is just such a better fit for the Eagles. They could really have a problem if the Eagles somehow go on another run. If they start by beating the Bears, that's already another issue. But I don't know if they could be able to beat them. That defense of Chicago's lethal. You're going into Soldier Field. That is a tough environment to play. When the Bears are good in Soldier Field, that is a tough place to go and win. It is not easy. And I'm telling you, the Chicago Bears, under Khalil Mack and that defense, they're going to be coming after Nick Foles. And I don't know if he can handle that. And I'm telling you, he's already dealing with an injury. You know, he's kind of injured right now because they've been taking shots to the ribs and stuff from that previous game they had. Not the rest of his game. I think it was the game against the Texans where he took a shot. He's been kind of dealing with that since. And I'm telling you, they're going to be trying to look to take a shot. They're going to try to get to Nick Foles early. Can he withstand that and deliver balls down the field? Because he's going to need to if they're going to win this game. I don't know if he can take that many hits. I'm just looking at this defense from Chicago, and I'm like, man, the offense in Chicago is not great, and they don't really need to do much under Trubisky. But that defense just gives you so many opportunities. And I'm looking at Chicago, and it's tough to want to pick them. I really, really look at them, and I'm like, I love what the team's doing. I love what I'm seeing. Man, if I was a gambler, now would be the time to gamble. It's not a common pick. It's not even a smart pick. But I'm looking at what Nick Foles has been able to do. And I think he can go off and pull up the upset and beat the Chicago Bears in Soldier Field. I know this is not exactly a common pick, but Trubisky and that offense can be quite inconsistent, and they can play quite disappointing. I'm looking to see if Trubisky steps up in this playoff game, because if he's able to, no question, they're going to beat the Eagles with ease. But Nick Foles, what he did last season, he can win these type of games. And I'm looking at it, if he can withstand those shots he's going to take and deliver the ball down the field, to Nelson Aguilar, to Alshon Jeffrey, to get Zach Ertz involved. They've got a lot of weapons, and this team is looking hot. And I'm telling you, watch out for the Eagles, because the Eagles will come in here and they will be able to pull off the upset. I think they can pull off the upset. And I don't even see that high-scoring game. I think they're going to win this game 20-17. I think the Eagles can actually go in there and upset the Chicago Bears just because of the way Nick Foles has been playing. It's not common. And honestly, I would love to just switch my pick and choose the Bears, but I just need to see more from Mitchell Trubisky for me to fully commit that this guy can get it done, because he's had a lot of games where he's not played well. He's had games where he's played spectacular, but it's the consistency with this dude. And I don't want to take that. What I've seen from Nick Foles last season and what I've seen from him this season so far, to be able to make this against the Rams, to play that big against the Rams, I think he can come back here and do it again. That's why I'm going with the Eagles winning this game 20-17. And that's all my picks. So let's see. We've got the Colts, Ravens, Cowboys, and Eagles going on to the next round, in my opinion. I guarantee it's probably going to be opposite. I'm pretty sure the Chargers are probably just going to ruin my season. The Texans will get it. I guarantee it's a good shot I could just miss on all of these, and ain't none of these teams going to win. Knowing my luck, I've been bad at predicting this season, so I can honestly see, I can see the other teams just dominating out of nowhere and just beating all four of my picks. Next thing you know, I come here next week like, well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But, at the end of the day, that's what it is, part of picking. And just because I don't pick your team doesn't mean I don't believe they could win. I just picked the team based on what I've seen from them in the past and how they've been able to handle tough situations. I see Dallas, and they've been great at home, and how they've taken on the Saints. I've seen what the Ravens have been able to do with Lamar Jackson, how they've beaten this team before, and now they have the advantage at home, and they're going to switch it up. I look at the Eagles, I've seen what they've been able to do against the Rams, and I see how they're on a hot pace, and I don't like the inconsistency of Mitchell Trubisky. That's why I picked what I picked. And the Colts, obviously, Andrew Luck's been on fire, so I can't pick against him. So I think if all goes well, in terms of the AFC, I do believe it will be the Colts taking on the Chiefs in the divisional round, and Baltimore heading back to their favorite place in New England to take on Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, in the NFC, it will be the Eagles having to travel all the way to New Orleans to take on those Saints, those tough Saints. Meanwhile, you'll have the Cowboys go on the road to take on the Los Angeles Rams, which honestly isn't that difficult. The Cowboys actually have a pretty good chance. And if they have to go on the road against the Rams, I honestly think they've got a great chance to win that game. But then again, this is the Cowboys, so I'm just trying to see if the Cowboys can actually prove people wrong this year. But who knows? Picking the Cowboys is probably a dumb mistake, but I wouldn't be surprised if Russell Wilson pulls something out and beats them. Anyway, that's my picks here. Thanks for watching. I am so tired. Oh, God. See you later.